Hello, my name is Rizal Idris. I'm from an English Education Department Semester 5, and today I will be telling you the summary and conclusion of yesterday's seminar. There are four speakers of this seminar. Okay, let's begin. The first speaker is Professor Asfar Rahman from the State University of Makassar with the title Communication Strategies for Interaction in ELT Classroom. Here he talks about traditional face-to-face classroom with verbal, non-verbal, written communication to type of online communication. And the conclusion of this topic is from as we experience all of the communication, verbal, non-verbal, and written communication can be carried out using a basic flight pattern of communication using a traditional classroom and face-to-face classroom. And that basic flight pattern of communication is teacher to class communication, teacher to student, student to student, student to teacher, and student to class communication. Every one of these flight patterns can be effectively used and carried out in the virtual classroom. Okay, let's move on to the next speaker. The second speaker is Professor Fuad Abdul Hamid with the title Communication Strategies in the Context of English as a Lingua Franca. Here, he talks about communicative strategies in general, how it began back in 1917, and how do we respond to it now. The second one is communication and a multilinguality, the Indonesian settings of linguistic communities, and the third point is a ELF related policy recommendation. The ELF stands for English as a Lingua Franca. Okay, let's move on to the next speaker. The third speaker is Professor Dustin Carroll Cowell from the University of Wisconsin-Madison with the title Understanding the Complexities of Other Societies through the Study of Literature. Here he talks about prehistoric poetry of ancient Arabia and understanding the Arab culture through the use of this poetry. Some of this poetry are labeled 560 to 651 CD, the Mualakah of Laban, vintage of experience in wild desert and the audacious trip across the desert with the only companion a strong camel. And the last poetry is about a comparison of speed of camel to that of other animals of natural phenomena. Okay, let's move on to the last speaker. And finally, the fourth and last speaker of the seminar is Miss Afroza Akhtar Tina from Alford International University, Dhaka, Bangladesh, with the title Some Effective Ways to Engage Online Learners. Here, she talks about autonomous learning because these days, teachers can't get the full responsibility of all their students. It's most impossible because teacher can't be physically available all the time, especially in this COVID era. So by learning this autonomous learning, teacher can engage and communicate to their each individual students uh, through a meaningful and engaging communication. Okay, this is all the summary of all the speaker in the seminar. I hope you enjoy listening and good night.